John was working in his science lab, got blasted by gamma rays. Now he's Smash Trivia John, always smashing. He's friends with Ruffalo, crushing on Maslany, and also Sydney Sweeney. John's here saying, hello my gamma friends, welcome to the show, the Gamma Analysis Podcast.
Smash.
Hello, my Gamma friends, and welcome to the show. I'm your host, Smash Trivia John. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram by searching Smash Trivia. I'll be the one with the big old green head in the profile picture. This is the Gamma Analysis. Basically, I'm going to review everything Hawk, all the movies, TV shows, and I also do random other geek films. And sometimes I don't even review anything at all, which is what this episode I'm not reviewing time. Hope you enjoy Smash Trivia and the Gamma Analysis. I want to ask everyone listening, please do sign for me. Please share the hell out of this podcast with all your friends. If you don't, Hulk will be angry. Now let's smash right into this episode. Today's episode is the Gamma Games, a goofy little award show that I came up with, and I'm joined by Mad Trivia John from the Konsule Kombat podcast. How you doing, John?
I am fantastic, and how are you, John?
I'm doing good.
Glad to hear it.
So this is something that I came up with on Oscars night. But I do want to be clear. It wasn't like me being upset with what the Oscars chose or anything. Though there are some, the first category is one of stuff that I think the Oscars should have had nominated for stuff, but other than that, it is just a goofy little thing I came up with, and so I'm ready to get started with this. If you are,
I absolutely am, and I as I mentioned to you earlier, I plan on making an impression be the voice of my reason,
okay.
And it will be very appropriate for most of the answers to the audience's responses.
Okay,
at least a good handful of them.
Sounds good. So we will go through all of the nominees for each category, and then we will announce the winners on the categories. There are two winners, one that the audience picked out, and then one that I picked out. So let's get this started. So our first category is the best Oscar nom snub. And our nominations are Will and Harper, Love Lies Bleeding, Late Night with the Devil, Long Legs, Deadpool and Wolverine, Transformers 1, We Live in Time, Sonic the Hedgehog 3, The Fall Guy, and Madam Web. So what do you think of my nominations for this first category?
So me personally, I didn't know about a lot of these movies. Obviously, I know about Sonic 3. I just had to look up Love Lies Bleeding because I had never even heard of that one. And I'm surprised I hadn't because it's got a decent cast in it.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I can say that I understand why Sonic 3 wouldn't have made an Oscar nomination.
Sure.
Video game movies will honestly never make that, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
But I do like your list.
Yeah. Okay. So the last one of Madam Web that is definitely a joke, but like the rest of them, I do think they are really good films that deserve recognition. And Sonic 3 actually apparently was not even eligible to be nominated for some reason. Yeah, which is weird. Yeah.
What disqualified it? The retired lead actor?
I think what I read, and this was just speculation, but then people saying that it had to do with the Oscars. They now have diversity rules in place, which I don't think would be an issue because there is a diverse cast in the Sonic movies.
Yeah.
So I don't see why that would be an issue. there hasn't been like an official reason to, but there were articles that came out saying they could not. It was unedible to be nominated, which is interesting. And yeah, so oh yeah, I think that these are all other than Madam Web. I think all of these deserve to are being noticed. It's for Sonic 3 mainly. It's just because of how much I love Jim Carrey's performance in it. I think
Oh, he
he
was
did
so
such an
fantastic.
amazing performance in it.
Fantastic. And doing two duties, like
Yeah,
it just and watching him act against himself flawlessly.
like before watching that film, I did not know I needed to see a scene of Jim Carrey spanking Jim Carrey.
Or even better, I didn't know I needed a scene of Jim Carrey dancing with Jim Carrey.
Yeah. It's amazing. Yeah. All right. Oh. We've a lot of these films I don't think we really need to talk about for this category. It's pretty obvious for why they would be there. Or stuff like I like Will and Harper is such a beautiful documentary about Will Ferrell and his friend and Harper who are as they traveled across the United States. It's a very beautiful film about because kind of this of Harper's coming out to the world as trans, and that's and I absolutely love that one. Love Lies Bleeding is such a great film. Late Night with the Devil, such a great horror film. Long Legs is a great horror film. Deadpool and Wolverine is a great Marvel film. Transformers One is on. I think is one that actually very much does surprise me that it didn't get like a Best Animated a Picture nomination. And to be honest, as We Live in Time feels like signing the Oscars would have shows Sonic 3 we already mentioned and about Jim Carrey. Then the Fall Guy is a great is so much fun. And then finally just Madam Web because that's for the meme.
Because it's webbing time. That's why.
So now that we've gone through the nominees for this category, I would like you to announce the audience's choice for the winner of that.
Okay, so I'm actually let my buddy here make the announcement for the winner of this.
Right.
His initials are MM. I hope you recognize him. And the audience choice for Best Oscars nom snub is Love Lies Bleeding. Oh boy.
Well, all right. All right. Congratulations, Love Lies Bleeding, on your win in from the audience. For me, my I winner for this first category is Will and Harper. I just love that film so much. It is the only documentary film I've ever like really loved of, and it's both because it's so beautiful and it's also absolutely hilarious.
Now, see, after you had mentioned the story about it, like the plot, or rather that it was a documentary, it actually stirred the memory of seeing the trailer for that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not the biggest documentary guy myself. I've never really cared for documentaries, but a story like that, as profoundly unique as it is, deserves to be told. So, for all intents and purposes, it really is a pretty big snub for that.
Oh yeah, and like I'm not mad at all about what they have, what actually end up being nominated or winning. But I do think that Celeste deserved a nomination. And just it really is such a powerful thing, and even simply the fact that such a big A-list actor made a point to put himself in this ally role and make his name be a part of it to push out such a beautiful message. I think is such an amazing thing. Yeah. Next up, we have the best film to cross over with Scooby Doo category. So for this category, it doesn't necessarily have to be the same story from the film. It's just the main characters from the film crossing over Scooby and the gang, solving a mystery. Our nominations for this one I chose Lisa Frankenstein, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, Kung Fu Panda 4, The Fall Guy, Venom the Last Dance, Transformers 1, Bad Boys Ride or Die, Sonic the Hedgehog 3, Deadpool and Wolverine, and Beetlejuice. So, what did you think of my nominations for this category?
Me personally, I loved this list aggressively. The only one I didn't think really that I agreed with was Bad Boys.
Oh,
It was kind of aggressive. I was like, Will Smith, Martin Lawrence, Scoobert Doo.
I think it would be hilarious seeing them cross over together.
I mean, I guess I'd be worried about the crossfire because of, the guns and everything. I don't want to see Scooby to getting shot. However, I think my choice for this one personally was Venom because I would love to see a Venom Scooby.
Okay, cool.
Good list.
I think there's a lot of potential with a lot of these different options.
Sure.
So would you like to have your friend and announce the audience winner for this one?
Oh boy, I thought you'd never ask. The winner for the best film to cross over with Scooby Doo is Beetlejuice. Yeah.
Oh yeah! Congratulations, Beetlejuice, on that. I think that would make for an absolutely hilarious time. I'm interested whether they would have it as Beetlejuice being the villain, or if somehow he's actually teaming up with the Scooby Gang and Scooby's just being scared of him the whole time.
I see this as there's another Beetlejuice, and we have Beetlejuice trying to help Scooby and the gang unmask this other Beetlejuice, and for comedic effect, it's Alec Baldwin under the mask.
Oh yeah, nice. So my winner though for this category was The Fall Guy. That it's mainly just because I love anything having to do with like the behind the scenes of Hollywood in movies. And I think it would be so fun to have on a Scooby-Doo film where where Scooby and the gang are teaming up with a stunt man and as they explore a mystery in Hollywood.
I think that would be hilarious. I think it'd be even more funny if it was actually Ryan Gosling as the Fall Guy, because him and we'll just say Freddie Prinze Jr. have enough similarities where they could both be like, "Hey, you kind of look like me."
Oh, that would be great. That's so on to our next category.
I love this category.
Yes. So this is one I think that I really, when I was putting out this poll, I really felt I'm definitely gonna need to put an explanation on this one. So this one is best film to torture your friends with. And I also added in there a bit of a description of it could be a film that's considered really bad, boring, or it could be a film that simply scares or creeps the shit out of your friend. And I wanted to make that be very clear, Eric, because I'm not trying to say that all of these films on this list are bad. Because I think that could easily be misconstrued.
I would agree with that.
So we got our nominees for this category are Madam Web, have probably the most obvious thing on here. Civil War, or Villains Inc., Long Legs, The Substance, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2, Red 1, and Moana 2. So what do you think of my nominations for this category?
I feel like you made a serious joke about everything but Madam Web. I think every joke or every response was intended to throw people back to Madam Web because I honestly don't think any of these other movies would be in any way, shape, or form torturous. I feel like Civil War was extremely enjoyable from what I've heard. Moana 2 was
So,
really fun.
so okay. So, I will explain my choices here. So, Madam Web, it's obvious because most people really dislike this film.
Yeah.
Civil War, I found boring as hell.
Really?
Yeah, I really did not like Civil War.
Huh.
I felt like it was a film that it needed to take a stance for it to be good, and it refused to take any kind of stance.
Interesting.
And it was very much trying to toe the line of um middle of the road political,
Oh.
and it just comes off as there's no bite. It's just boring
Hmm.
to me. But yeah, and then we have then long or not about before Long Legs, we have Villains Inc. This is something most people probably never even heard of, but this is a film I watched last year, and it is one of the most boring films I've ever seen.
Now,
It has a really interesting idea for it, but but the actual actual how the film ended up being was so boring. It's meant to be a comedy about out goons for that decide to become villains themselves, and it is so incredibly boring. I wrote on my letterbox review for it, I have trouble sleeping. I take melatonin for my sleeping. This made me more tired than melatonin makes me.
oh, shit. Pardon my French, but damn.
And then we have long legs, which is for the it's for the scares less creeps the shit out of your friend, and the substance for the same reason. Reason. Winnie the Pooh Bally and Honey 2 is one on I think is also along with Madam Web of like it's there are a lot of people who might consider it very bad, and then Red One on is a mid film, most people would say, and then Moana 2 is a film that it is fun. I think it's a fun film, but I think it's very much a film that is um just treading the exact same waters as the first film. Or
Yeah, I did try that a little bit.
so
But let me
yeah.
get a chee-hoo. Sorry.
So now that we've gone through all these films, can you announce the audience winner for this one?
Oh, gladly. This one gives me great joy. It's proof that anything is possible because the best film to torture your friends with is, in fact, Madam Web. Sony, give us the rights back. Just give us the rights.
Oh man! And so congratulations for Madam Web on being so hated, and but that then my winner for this category is Villains Inc. Because I imagine most people would be bored to death watching this.
I think the only
It's just
reason,
like
based on
me.
your description, that nobody voted for it is because nobody's seen it.
Yeah, I understand that.
So with that,
But I was nominating films not based on popularity, but based on what I have seen last year.
so my question to you is: did we watch The Amazing Bulk in 2023?
I'm pretty sure it was like 2023 or something like that. It was
That should have been
not
on this list.
year. But I've also like it was supposed to be like it was both supposed to be the films from last year, and also
Oh,
I've seen them. So even if it had been last year that we watched Amazing Bulk, I would have put that on here.
fair enough.
Yeah. Um.
Still tops the list for worst movies of all time.
Oh yeah, definitely. Now, so next we have most underrated movie. So not the best films of the year, but ones that I think were either way too hated on or didn't get enough attention. So let's go through these films. First up, I put the Mean Girls musical, and then we have Y2K, which Y2K is a horror comedy based on what if the Y2K ended up actually happening of technology trying to take over.
Concept.
Madam Web, Winnie the Pooh, Bally and Honey 2, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, the Garfield movie, Jackpot, Self Reliance, Lego Marvel Avengers Mission Demolition, and Venom the Last Dance. And so, what do you think of my nominees for this category?
I am absolutely shocked that Madam Web's on this list. I am absolutely shocked. There's a lot of these movies that I haven't seen, so I can't really give discredit to. I honestly haven't even seen Madam Web. I'm just going off of the fact that the entire world hated it from the moment it was perceived as a reality. So I can't give any credence to this list because I just know that Madam Web is extraordinarily hated upon.
All of these films are films that I personally enjoyed, even though a lot there are some that others enjoyed a lot too, but they didn't get a ton of attention put on them. So I think thought they would fit in this category as well. You want to announce the audience choice for this one?
Yep. It brings me great displeasure to announce that the winner of this, the most underrated movie of 2024, was also Madam Web. Are you guys crazy?
I love that the audience went with Madam Web for both the best film to talk to your friends with and the most underrated film. That's amazing.
It's either the funniest coincidence or people really loved that it was so underrated that they wanted to try to torture their friends with it just to prove that they were right. This movie is not bad. Stop it.
Oh man.
Sorry. Oh Jesus Christ.
Wow. I gave for the winner of this one for me. I gave it to the Mean Girls musical. I really enjoyed the Mean Girls musical a lot. I think it was a very good modernization of that story. Also, I just love musicals.
I have a good soft spot for most of them. Someone has been trying to pressure me into seeing Wicked, and I'm from the Boston area, so allow me to say it. I'm wicked uninterested. I have zero interest. I'm sorry. I know everyone's all about it. I'm sure it was fantastic. I just have zero interest. That said, I do have a soft spot for musicals. Like I said, love Sweeney Todd. Repo the Genetic Opera comes to mind. I like those more horror-esque musicals. So, but even scenes like the one from Captain Marvel, I loved that scene.
One thing I hope so much into the future is that we get a film adaptation of the Beetlejuice musical, because that musical is absolutely hilarious.
I don't know that I've heard of it, but unfortunately, I feel like if Michael Keaton's not the lead, people would be upset.
Possibly, but the thing is it is a completely different personality for the Beetlejuice who's from the musical as from the movies.
Looks like a different version of him.
It's very much a different version of him, but the Beetlejuice musical is a sign that at least on stage is very loved. It's the only like actual Broadway thing I've ever or gone to see it, but I found it absolutely hilarious. And though if it were to ever get a film adaptation, I would really hope that they don't tone it down to try and get the child audience of the Beetlejuice and Beetlejuice is because the Beetlejuice the musical the stage show is absolutely an R-rated thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
yeah, there's so many a funny jokes that are very R-rated in it. And one of my favorite jokes in the musical is this the scene where Beetlejuice is stomping off and then off, and then he just turns around and he's like, "Oh hey guys, I wanted to tell you," and they're like, "What is it, Beetlejuice?" And he says, "Fuck you guys," and then just walks back away.
Yeah, that sounds pretty rad.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Next category though. We have actor in a 2024 film I want to hang out with the most. And we had for this category a Catherine Newton, Jake Johnson, Sydney Sweeney, Jim Carrey, Paul Rudd, Terry Crews, Ryan Reynolds, Vanessa Hudgens, Jenna Ortega, and Simu Liu. So, what do you think of my nomination for this category?
John, I loved this list. I thought, as diverse as it was, Sydney Sweeney would be the last person on anyone's mind. And still, somehow, she made this list. I don't know how she did it, John. But no, Jim Carrey, Terry Crews, just you put so many fantastic actors and actresses on this list. I gotta say, I personally pick Jim Carrey if I ever had an opportunity. That would be the end of all my happiness needing to be found. It would be right there because I think a conversation with that man would just be enlightening, enriching, and probably the most invigorating experience of my life.
Yeah, absolutely. Like when I was choosing people for this category, I was like, some of these people are people that I'm like, I would want to hang out with them because I have a crush on them. But then others, I'm like, I just think we would have so much fun together, or we would have such great conversation together. Yeah. Would you like to announce the audience's pick for the winner of this one?
Yeah. Yes, I will.
So the actor in 2024 films that I want to hang out with the most, according to the audience, Sydney Sweeney. Are you guys on drugs? You had Terry Crews, you had Jim Carrey, you had Jenna Ortega.
I think we know what they want to do with Sydney Sweeney.
I mean, that's fine. They can talk about how terrible Madam Web is for 24 hours and then just walk away from the conversation feeling much better about the movie. I'm happy with that.
Oh, man. I think we know what they want to be doing with Sydney Sweeney.
I mean, yes, but even then, you've got.
But that's not. But like, hanging out is not really the same as what I think they want to do.
Yeah, we didn't say Netflix and chill, bruh.
Yeah. Which I don't blame him for choosing her. But for my one winner for this category, I went with Jim Carrey.
Yes,
he's just a legend.
The man is a genius, and he's how can he not?
That would be a once in a lifetime experience,
undoubtedly.
Oh yeah. So now we have our next category, which is best horror film of 2024. This is another one where I'm like, I wish this were a category in the actual Oscars. But yeah, I think in horror films deserve to be acknowledged more in award shows. But we have for the nominations: Lisa Frankenstein, Late Night with the Devil, Abigail, Longlegs, Maxine, The Substance, Winnie the Pooh, Bud and Honey, E2. It's very important to just say the two part as it's as the first one obviously didn't come out last year, but also the second one is so much better than the first one. The Your Monster, Y2K, and Immaculate. So, what do you think of my choices for the best horror film category?
I mean, it's a decently long list. You don't usually get a handful of horror movies in a year, so for a list that long to be present is actually pretty decent. I do agree that award shows in general need to focus more on diversifying their genre base. Horror is a staple in the movie and film and television community. It's never going away. There are people who literally devote their lives to that genre. So the fact that there is no real true award for that genre in the Oscars is bullshit.
Yeah, and also I feel like as well though there's at least one on category in the Oscars that I feel like more often than not there are horror films that come out in a year that feel more deserving of being nominated in that category than the actual films that are, and that is the makeup and hairstyling one, because I think there is so many great practical effects that are done in horror films that and ones that feel so much more intricate than the ones that they choose for the actual Oscars.
Yeah, I mean, you've got categories for best digital effects. Where is there a category for best practical effects?
There's not really one. The closest things are like the makeup and style and hairstyling and
I don't think that gives
the costume and the costume one, but it's yeah, they don't. There's not really a particularly practical effects one, but I really think that for both, honestly, costuming and for makeup and hairstyling, there are a lot of horror films that absolutely deserve it in a year. Like I don't remember what the one that won this year was actually might have been it might have been Substance that might have been actually nominated for makeup and hairstyling, which is really nice. But like say something like 2023 was Poor Things, which it's a great film and it's good good makeup and hairstyling, but it's nothing like there's nothing really special in it. And then like you have there are also like previous years like when The Whale won on, and it was just for Brendan Fraser wearing a fat suit. Like that's not really much of much of something crazy.
Yeah. No, I mean we can both agree that there are certain instances where people looking different or looking the part of a horror role or what have you, it doesn't get the credit that it deserves.
Yeah, but we've rambled on enough about that.
Yeah, a little bit.
You want to have announce the best horror film of the year?
Absolutely.
Oh, this one's scary. The best horror movie of 2024 is The Substance, according to the audience. Ooh, I'm gonna go hide. Come on, Pluto.
Oh man, yeah, and that's absolutely a deserving one. I ended up going with the same film of The Substance, and I think it is an absolutely amazing film. It is there's some great effects in it. There's and it has I think it has a great story. It has a powerful message and
great cast.
Yeah, also yeah, it's it's a film that really it both feels like important, but also still embraces like the goofiness of horror. Because it is a very goofy, campy horror film, and I love that about it.
It's doing fairly well in terms of ratings on IMDb. It's a 7.3 out of 10.
On to our next category. We have the most fun movie to watch. For this category, I nominated Lisa Frankenstein, Argyle, The Mean Girls musical, Jackpot, Sonic the Hedgehog 3, The Fall Guy, If, Lego Marvel Avengers Mission Demolition, Bad Boys Ride or Die, and Deadpool and Wolverine. So, what do you think of my nomination for this category?
This is an A plus list. A plus plus list. There isn't a bad movie that I can think of on this list, and it actually made it hard for me to choose.
Okay, cool. Nice. Nice. So, have you seen the Mean Girls musical? Because like the way you were talking about it earlier, sounded like you hadn't seen that.
I've heard enough about it to know, especially from people like you who love those movies. Like it's not like Hamilton where it gets over talked about, but when you see people talking about it, it's not bad. So in terms of quality, this list is great.
Okay, cool. Oh, and then there's one film on this list that I don't think is a great movie, but it is very fun to watch, which is Argyle. No, it is. I think the story for the film really
I heard it was
doesn't
trash.
work.
I heard it was trash, but it's so much fun.
It's such a fun film to watch.
And it's Cavill just being Cavill.
Yeah.
Like the movie was not great in anybody's circle, but people still go back to watch it again.
And one thing that I have through a bunch of different categories on here. There's one I feel like a lot of people haven't heard of or about, but it's why I think more people should watch because I think people will really enjoy, which is the Lego Marvel Avengers Mission Demolition. It is
you put Lego in front of anything, you should watch it.
Yeah, it is such a fun it's not really actually a feature film length thing, but it's it's in between that and a short. It's like an hour long. It just is so much fun, and it really scratched my itch for wanting some more Avengers content, and also I love Lego stuff often movies.
Yeah, I mean they do a good job, and I mean they don't have to be long to be fun, and that's what this point of this list is. They don't have to be the best movies, but they have to be fun. And that's why I say it's an A plus plus list, because these movies are all fun. Even if I don't know personally, I've never heard someone not enjoy. Like you can go back to watching just the Mean Girls movie itself. People still know that movie is fun.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So,
you want to announce the audience winner for this category?
Sure do. Just let me reopen it.
All right, back to good news. Most fun movie to watch in 2024, according to the audience. Of course it is. It's Deadpool and Wolverine. You bet.
I think that's an absolutely deserving film. So congratulations, Deadpool and Wolverine, on that.
We're so back, baby.
I can understand why Mickey Mouse likes it. It made a shit ton of money.
Dollar bill, y'all.
And for mine, the most fun movie to watch was Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Jim Carrey's just so amazing in that, and also and the rest of the cast with Sonic's actor or Knuckles actor,
Ben Schwartz, Idris Elba. John Wick there, Keanu Reeves,
and
James
like
Marsden,
and with the even though I don't remember their name because it's because they're actually the
Yeah,
voice actor
the
from
lady that is the
uh,
voice of Tails.
yeah,
Yes,
they're all just so great,
the
right? And they have
dynamic is
such a
fantastic. Yes.
yeah, it's amazing that that the Tails voice actress, since it is the same person from the games, she melds so well with the live action voices from the rest of them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're a colorful
I
bunch.
love I loved that. Watching that film is so much fun. So yeah. But our next category is one that I actually had like some response odds of like from friends being like, why wasn't this movie on here? Why was it? And I'm like, um, particularly one of like why the substance beyond this list, but is that which I think it could have been. I could have chosen that, but I feel like there wasn't actually at least in my mind that I could think of that could be done with it with that. But best movie to be remade with Muppets. Everyone but the main character or main two characters, in the case of a couple of these films, are replaced by Muppets. So our nominees are Long Legs, Self Reliance, Late Night with the Devil, The Fall Guy, I Bad Boys Ride or Die, Maxine, Jackpot, Wicked, Y2K, and Deadpool and Wolverine. So with the substance thing, I feel like I get what it could be fun to see fun seeing Miss Piggy in that the role with that as my friend suggested, but I just feel like that's a film where there's not many different fun things that could be done with it with making the Muppets be a part of it. Versus a lot of these films, I feel like because they're more ensemble cast, as there's more you could do from them, and if that makes sense. And But what do you think of my list for the best as movies to be remade with Muppets?
I think it's an interesting and very diverse list. I do have to go back to your point about the substance. So what you're trying to say is, in regards to the substance, if it comes to the Muppets, there's just not enough substance to make it work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
There's
think
not enough. There's not enough substance for the substance, guys.
I think as well though you have like um with the substance the plot of that is like making a younger more beautiful you, and I don't know, or well, more conventionally beautiful you of like what the society believes is beautiful. And I don't know if that works so well if you replace Ace things with Muppets. Muppets like if you replace the main character with a Muppet, that kind of breaks what I was trying to do with the category. But if you and if you replace the other characters, I don't think all the other characters are that interesting enough to be for them to be replaced by Muppets. It's but with placing the main character, if we were to go down that path, like what my friend suggested, and I feel like you run into the issue of who would be the conventionally more attractive young person that Miss Piggy is replaced by. That I feel like is a problem because like where do you go with that with since there isn't like a younger version of Miss Piggy in the Muppets.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. So yeah, like I said, I like your list. It's pretty diverse.
Okay.
We got a different group of genres on there, so it would really be a different movie each time.
Yeah. I feel like with a lot of these, like there's just so many different interesting things they could do. Like Long Legs, you have just like have Nicolas Cage going after all these Muppets. It's self-reliance, instead of just a bunch of people trying to go to a bunch of random people trying to kill the Jake Johnson's character. He's trying to be killed by Muppets. It's you have Late Night with the Devil and just like all of these possessed people and stuff being played by Muppets. It's um yeah, the Fall Guy. I think could there's fun stuff to be had there. Air with that mystery and the Bad Boys Ride or Die. Like I think having Will Smith and Martin Lawrence are there, but then all of the rest of like the of the police station is filled with Muppets, and the villains are Muppets. It would just be hilarious, and it's Maxine is a murder mystery. It could be so it could be cool. Jackpot is similar with as Self Reliance. You have the how the Muppets be chasing after or these people who won the lottery, and then Wicked is just as you could
Very
really replace
self-explanatory.
anything with that. At Y2K, just replace icing like all the robots maybe with the Muppets or something. And then Deadpool Wolverine is also very self-explanatory.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But yeah. Let's have announce the audience's his choice for this.
Oh boy, another exciting one for me. The best movie for the audience's opinion to be made with the Muppets is, of course, Deadpool and Wolverine. Yeah, just yeah.
Oh man. I think that would be a fun one. I though went with for my one on Bad Boys Ride or Die because I just think that would be so absolutely insane. They have to Will Smith and Martin Lawrence have to interact with Muppets the whole film.
Wouldn't it just be like the Happy Time Murders?
Yeah.
Like, the sequels of the Happy Time Murders is Bad Boys,
but better.
But yeah.
Because that film was not great.
Yeah, well, you know what I'm saying conceptually.
Yeah. Oh man. But I just I love the idea of Martin Lawrence and Will Smith having to interact with Muppets.
I think it'd be super funny if in that movie one of the Muppets slapped Will Smith in the face.
Oh man. Next category though, we have the weirdest movie of last year. So we have The Substance, Lisa Frankenstein, Late Night with the Devil, Long Legs, Love Lies Bleeding, Immaculate, and Your Monster. What do you think of this list?
This one does have a handful that I'm unfamiliar with, as we've discussed earlier. Your explanation of The Substance has not given me the most detail, so I don't even remember if I was able to choose properly for this one when I made a choice.
Understandable. I do highly recommend you check out Substance. It's it's very it's definitely a very weird film. It has there's a lot of body horror in it, and so yeah, basically you take this experimental drug called The Substance, and you and another body comes out of yours that you are now, I guess, controlling. I don't think they actually make it clear whether it's you or if it's actually someone different. But the person is supposed to be the younger, more or conventionally beautiful version of you. And as the film goes on, there's we go into stuff like what happens if you who stay as the younger version and too much and if you take too much of this the substance and by the end of the film we see them being turned that it's just a monstrous creature at the end of it.
Spoiler alert.
I think this is one on where it is a. I feel like there weren't a lot of like actually super weird films last year, so I had a lot of trouble with the give on this one. I think there's only two of them that really work well for this category. But yeah, with those being The Substance and Late Night with the Devil. You want to announce the audience's winner for this one?
Yes. So the 2024 audience choice for weirdest movie is The Substance. And I have to agree based on your description, John. Weird is right.
All right. And my one though I was very having trouble deciding whether between In the Substance and Late Night with the Devil. I ended up going with Late Night with the Devil just because I want both of them to be get the win. And since I knew that the Substance was the audience's winner,
it's rigged. It's rigged. It rigged the results.
Oh man! But have you seen in Late Night with the Devil?
I have not.
That one's is really good as well. It's do you know what that do you know anything about that one?
Feel like I'd seen something about that one, but I don't remember.
So basically, it's basically it is a fictional about a fictional talk show in the 70s is and it is
with Darren Dastamalakian.
Yes,
that one looked fantastic.
David and yeah, it's so good. And he's and it is framed as if it is an actual taping of this talk show, and and it is so cool.
Yeah, it looked really cool. That one I did want to see. Okay, that one, that one did look really cool.
Mm-hmm. So, and then next we have the goofiest movie of last year.
Yes.
So, for this category, I nominated Lego Marvel Avengers Mission Demolition, which is just incredibly goofy. It's a Lego Avengers movie. All of the heroes get sucked up into a vacuum for a large portion of the film's plot. It's so goofy. Then Wallace and Gromit, Vengeance Most Foul. It's just a very classical, goofy film.
It's Wallace and Gromit. It's kind of expected.
Then Argyle, and then which If is basically like a live action in Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
And so funny.
And then we have the Garfield movie, and then Deadpool and Wolverine, Despicable Me 4, Jackpot, Red One, and Sonic the Hedgehog 3. So what do you think of this list of films?
Some seriously fun bangers of comedy in this list. I didn't see Red One after a lot of people shunned it. I kind of steered clear, which is sad because the cast is fantastic.
It is a lot of fun.
If I saw it in theaters with my son, that movie was a blast. And without spoiling anything, I'm just gonna say, Kevin. And then what Argyle, we talked about that one earlier. Deadpool and Wolverine is just so ridiculous. It's off the walls, bananas fun.
Yeah, I think Deadpool and Wolverine is a lot of fun, but I feel like it's not really the goofiest film to me, because it is like a film that does actually have like a very well-made plot, which I feel like for the goofiest film, it's probably not going to have a well-made plot.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's I guess it's subjective, but that's okay. Sonic 3 was fun. I wouldn't call that one as goofy as the first two.
So Red One though it's basically a Christmas Marvel film. but it's not actually Marvel.
Yeah, well, yeah, you get the cast of
Yeah.
DC and Marvel in there.
But yeah, but like the way it plays out feels like a Marvel film. It is so goofy. But yeah, I think all of these are great for this category. Like are the Garfield movie isn't a great movie, but it's a lot of fun. On the um if is a great movie and is very goofy.
But
Yeah,
also has a lot of heart.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This so let's announce the audience's choice for this category.
Of course.
All right. I guess you guys are ready for my big announcement. The goofiest movie, according to you guys, of 2024 is Deadpool and Wolverine. Snicked.
All right. And for my choice for the goofiest film of 2024 is Jackpot. I love the Jackpot movie so much. Have you seen Jackpot?
No, but give me some information.
So it is starring John Cena and Aquafina as where it's set in like 2030 or something in a slightly futuristic world where everything is about the same except for the fact that that there is a lottery that everybody tries to be a part of where the winner would get a massive amount of money, but everybody else tries to kill them and if someone manages to kill them, they get the money instead. So we have like the entire town of Los Angeles is chasing after Aquafina, and John Cena is playing a bodyguard to her.
That tracks.
Yeah,
that sounds interesting.
So much fun. Yeah. I highly recommend checking that out as well. And now for our next category, we have most smashable movie. Each one of these films has one or more cast members that I'd really like to smash.
And now we've begotten personal.
This is where Mickey Mouse will probably be very embarrassed.
maybe.
All right, so the films I nominated for this are The Substance, Deadpool, Wolverine, Madam Web, Self-Reliance, and Lisa Frankenstein, Beetlejuice, Love Lies Bleeding, Red One, Wicked, and Y2K. So what do you think about of this list as for other ones?
Unfortunately, me personally, I didn't really have a lot of reference for this one when I was going down the list, as we discussed multiple times already throughout this conversation.
Understandable.
So, I mean, knowing that Demi Moore is in The Substance, yes.
Understandable. But yeah. There are a lot of people in films last year that I was very attracted to.
Yes,
yeah.
Yes. Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman in a scene together with glistening abs, and I'm a very straight guy, guys. I would run my finger right between those washboard abs just to see how hard they are. God damn, he looked good in that movie.
So let's announce the audience's choice for the most smashable film.
Oh boy. Well, you really got me off guard with this one, John. He's talking about smashing, guys. Wow. Didn't really talk about this one in the clubhouse.
Hey. Your film last year, Deadpool and Wolverine, talked about masturbating. So I don't think you're one to talk, Mr. Mouse.
Feige got some stuff under the radar, all right. Reynolds wanted a lot of money, and he got it. Oh boy, did he get it! All right, now I'm in the mood. 2024 most smashable movie is definitely not Deadpool and Wolverine because that smashed itself right into the $1 billion category. Wahoo! All right, no, but the substance was you guys' choice, and Demi Moore. All right.
Yeah, absolutely understandable choice. I thought about choosing that one on myself. Both for Demi Moore and for Margaret Quigley. Yeah. I chose though. Beetlejuice. For Jared Ortega for
Winona Ryder,
Ryder for
Michael
and
Keaton. Don't lie. Don't lie. He'd be in that mix.
I'm forgetting the name of the other actress. I was particularly really enjoying it. Let me see.
Monica Bellucci,
Yeah, I think that might is it.
Dolores LaFerve.
So yeah. So Monica Bellucci as Beetlejuice's wife. It's definitely a big one for me. Yeah. But yeah, I all of these films had people in them that I was super enthralled by. Yeah. So finally, our last category is one very specific to me, in this podcast. Best Hulk / She-Hulk reference. This is not a category that has a lot of options in it, but I would say for four different things in one year, having some kind of reference to them, it is pretty good for or size so specific.
So, with your nominations, for the sake of the people like myself who didn't know the references, could you tie the reference with your nominations?
Okay, so so the first one on Madam Web is a very boring one. It is You Won't Like Me When I'm Hungry, which has been done 1,000 times in films.
Even in the Hulk movie by Hulk
Yeah.
or by Edward Norton.
And then you have in Love Lies Bleeding, where it's a film about bodybuilders, and the final act is basically one of them hulking out and murdering this abusive guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right. Didn't
Yeah,
expect that one coming.
And then
Hulk smashed.
and then Deadpool and Wolverine, we have obviously like the
Hulk's in that
Hulk
one.
versus is Wolverine thing.
The tease of the fucking century.
And then Lego Marvel Avengers Mission and Demolition has both Hulk and She-Hulk appear in it, and we have and there's a lot of hilarity that ensues from both of them in it. Which have I'm guessing probably not, but have you seen in Lego Marvel Avengers Mission Demolition?
I have not. Is that one on Disney Plus yet?
Yes, it is.
It's
on
okay.
So I highly recommend checking that out if you enjoy that kind of thing.
Of course. I mean, I have. I'm pretty sure I own Lego Marvel Superheroes, which those games are just stupid fun.
Oh yeah, it's similar to own stuff like
of course,
that.
yeah, I would imagine it would be.
It's and yeah, that's those are the different nominations. Like the Lego Marvel Avengers Mission Demolition one has a really fun joke with She-Hulk where where she doesn't want to allow Deadpool to be in the film, and she's like, this is my thing, breaking the fourth wall, and then and in the end credits, Deadpool is sneaking into it all, and it's great. And Deadpool in it though is voiced by Jason Mantzoukas.
Oh, I know who that is. That's funny.
Yeah, it's so good. Those are the nominations for is for best Hulk slash She Hulk reference, and it's our final set. So you want to announce the final audience winner?
Absolutely. The 2024 audience choice for best Hulk or She Hulk reference in a movie is Love Lies Bleeding. And I didn't even know that was a thing until you told me about it. So thanks for that.
It is quite a wild scene in the film.
I kind of get the season finale of She-Hulk vibes from that thought with the bad guy hulking up.
No, it's not the bad guy. It's the one of the bodybuilders is our main character's age. Just got basically he hulks out from taking too much steroids, and then um beats the shit out of. I'm pretty sure it's like if I remember right, the abusive father of her girlfriend, and it's so much. It's so great to watch. Yeah.
It sounds interesting.
Oh man. And I chose for my winner for this one on Lego Marvel Avengers Mission Demolition.
I knew
And
you would. I knew it.
I really enjoyed that so much, and I really want Marvel and Lego to work together to make a theatrical Lego Marvel film.
I will stop you right there. They can do one better, John, and I know you'll agree with me. We need to start the train with this. Lego Marvel versus DC. It's a thing that can really
Well, I think
already
that would
happen.
be I think that would be amazing. I've said I want something like that for a while. I'll like, but I particularly like I want something like that, or just a theatrical Marvel one. I want to see that theatrical, a Lego
It needs to
theatrical
happen.
Marvel, and it's like full 2 hours long. I think there's so much fun that they could do
The
with something like
Batman got
that.
one. The Batman got one.
Well, oh yeah,
Mm.
and you could do it where you're like they say that it's like that it is neither the MCU or the DCU, but you could have like the have
It's the LCU.
for the voice actors in this crossover event, and I would have it that you do actors who played a characters in a whole bunch of different universes. I maybe have Andrew Garfield as Spider Man, but you have Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, and then for DC you have like Grant Gustin being Flash, but you have him with Jason Momoa as Aquaman, and I think mixing together the different actors of these different universes.
I have the perfect one. Michael Keaton's Batman
Mhm.
fights Michael Keaton's Vulture.
No, that's definitely something that I probably would do.
That would be so good.
Yeah, I think I like this idea of like the Marvel world and the DC world are themselves mismatches of different Marvel and DC worlds.
Yeah, I think it's a good time.
Oh yeah, yeah. So that is everything for the a 2024 Gamma Awards. This was so much fun to do. I want to make this is an annual thing. Thank you for being a part of it, John.
My
I
pleasure.
really appreciate that. Because because I don't think this would be nearly as fun of an episode if I didn't have someone to bounce off of.
That's entirely fair.
Yeah. This was great. So that's really everything we have to say for this Gamma Awards. So Thank you for listening. If you like this, please give a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or a 5-star rating on Spotify. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the episodes. Please let me know. If you'd like to listen more from me, please subscribe. Many more game announcements from me coming, so keep on the lookout. The Skin is your host, Smash Ray John, signing off.